for me, like I was saying, nines was, if it took nines, I felt this move was going to go a lot lower, right? Purely because we've broken out that massive sideways range. There's obviously positioning, which is now accumulated between 10s and 15s, sorry, 10s and 16s. Because that's the thing, you can like see the churn on the bid and like clips going into the offer. But the minute those clips, as you can see here, like between 14s and 15s, what I mean by you can actually see there's actually positioning being accumulated. So when it does turn against you, say you do a position contrary to where it should be going or where it looks like it's going to go now, you need to be really willing to like, you know, cut and reverse, in a sense. And I don't really think necessarily it's a terrible idea to be hovering over the bid in this area, because as you see, the bid is kind of churning. There are big clips going into the offer, but when it then, that's the thing of what I was just saying, like once that positioning then is, there may be a really big buy here, but once that buy gets squeezed down through a key area such as nines, through these 10s, you know, there's going to be someone paying, right? And there's also, you know, you've got a bigger, higher time frame technical, and like, you've had a massive range expansion move, and you know, oil's been grinding up for however many weeks, right? So now I think this is where, so for me, like, and the key is like, we haven't gone above 16s once, right? Since we had that kind of flutter up, we haven't gone back above 16s since then. So hopefully we'll see this move blip down and I can play it at real time for you. Let me just fast forward it, because I think I'll skip forward it. So basically you get the premise of, so now I'm trying to, I'll fast forward it for times. Let's go 4 times. And also sometimes in the CL, right, like, I'll just pause it quickly. Oh, Johnny, what have I done?
Oh, I think it's click on this.
I think I've got a pen in my hand. Cheers. Cheers, mate, that's right, thank you. So basically,
You can drain that the way if it's in the way.
okay, cool. Oh, perfect, thank you. Well, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was like 145, 145, 96, 268. Like sometimes, like they'll stack the bid like this, or the offer in the CL when it gets to an area, because it wants to, I mean, it's not something that I lean on all the time, but it kind of makes it look like there's a really firm bid in the market when there actually isn't. It's just something to be aware of. I mean, there are big offers there as well, but it kind of makes sense when you see it unwind. Like you see there's 200, 100, but like you see there's only 2 at market, whereas here you've got big bid, big bid, big bid. You see how they all get pulled there like that? Let me rewind it just so it's slow. So a bit slow for you guys. And you can see that I'm instantly cutting and reversing. Go back from here. Okay, let's just put it here. Oh, fuck's sake. You guys get the premise of it, I'll just play it from here. So you see how they all get pulled, and now we're instantly trading back under 9s, back under 10s, sorry. And now my whole premise, I'll slow it down a little bit because it looks insane otherwise. My whole premise now of this move is, right, I'll put it at 1.5. The whole premise of this trade now is that we've supposedly false broken a low, which we haven't done. We've then accumulated a load of positions between this area here now, and now we're now trading back below 10s and accumulating more positions. So for me, I want to be aggressively short below these 10s, and yeah, and I'm going to let the sort of, and the way that the price action changes in terms of the nature of it. So you know how you had that kind of really heavy offer, but there was really big clips going into it. Now you're getting that at a lower price, and the minute like it kind of sits there for CL like this, like me, my stop, I need to start paying up above 12s. But like for me now, that there has to be someone paying here. Like it's either gonna be me, and I take a loser here, or there's gonna be people having to stop out through this area, which is like a really key kind of pivot point, which is seen as like a long-term area, and also like an intraday area where people have accumulated here now. And then yeah, there's lows all the way down to 64, I think. So now you can see how again we're just sitting here. That kind of heavy offer is just sitting there, like just kind of sat on the floor, sort of thing like that. Isn't a good way of seeing it. And like for me now, I want to get my positioning on below 10s, and that's kind of how I want to get it. I don't necessarily want to be attacking the market whilst it's doing this sort of price action. For me, what I'm trying to understand is, and it's kind of like I kind of just want to show you the way I entered the trade and how I kind of was so quick to cut and reverse it, because when it wasn't on or kind of, because the price action is so fast and it's doing so many different things at a time, right? Like you need to just kind of commit to what you've seen in terms of, like, sometimes, like for example, that trade, that long, gave me so much information about like what move is potentially coming. And for me, it was just about understanding, you know, what intraday positioning is in this market, as well as like over a longer time frame, right? Like over the daily kind of picture.